Are you cyber savvy? Malware only matters if you have important data or files on your computer. No.
I've always thought I was pretty cyber savvy. But in this episode, I realized how wrong I was.
Is this the document?
Oh my gosh!
And how easy it is to be deceived online.
What? How do you make someone believe that that was a legitimate site?
You only spend an additional $199 to buy the certificate that gives you the green padlock you are saying.
Worst of all, we are the ones opening ourselves up to being targeted.
I also know where you went for your honeymoon.
You do? Yes. So here's a big boy.
Actually, you almost got my address correct. So that one's a little scary.
In our increasingly cyber world, it's hard to avoid being online. But are we also unknowingly giving parts of ourselves away?
As my digital footprint grows, just how much of myself am I losing?
The world is getting crazier, more complicated. So I'm back to help you make sense of it all. This time, I'm bringing you greater access, more engaging stories, and deeper insights. I'm going to tell you why it matters. Besides your fingerprint, what's the one thing you have that's unique, unchangeable, and sticks with you from the day you're born till the day you die? It's not your name or your birth date.
The one thing I have that's unique, unchangeable, and sticks with me for my whole life is this, my NRIC. More specifically, the alphanumeric sequence that identifies me as a unique citizen of Singapore. A string of numbers that no one else has. My NRIC number.
The numbers look random, but it can tell you a lot. Contrary to popular belief, the S does not stand for Singapore. The letter S is assigned to those born in the 1900s because it is the 19th letter in the English alphabet. That's why those born after the year 2000 have IC numbers starting with the letter T, the 20th letter in the alphabet. For those born after 1968, the first two numbers are their year of birth. If the next 5 digits says 10000, it means you were the 10,000th baby that year to register as a citizen. The final letter is determined by a secret algorithm. The NRIC number was invented in 1966, a year after Singapore gained independence, as the new government wanted to register the population again and replace all identification papers that were easily forged. Today, the NRIC does not just open doors to government services and commercial transactions. It also opens doors to office buildings, store and gym memberships, and you use it to borrow library books or chalk up loyalty reward points. But according to the Personal Data Protection Commission, or PDPC, it can also be used to unlock large amounts of information related to you, like your medical records, insurance details, and CPF account information. And because of that, there is the danger of identity theft and fraud. In the last 14 years, there were 3 incidents of NRIC misuse. While there haven't been many reported cases, each victim suffered great damage. Like this article here. In 2005, a woman managed to wipe out her friend's bank account of 50,000 Singapore dollars. That's about 36,000 US dollars, by the way. Now, she managed to do so by using her friend's NRIC and showed it to the bank staff and convinced them that she was the real deal. In this other story, this man's brother used a photocopy of his NRIC to sign up for a job, register a driving license, a new mobile phone line, and post a 10,000 US dollar bail for an accused person. And this year, someone used a list of participant information from an event, which included their NRIC numbers, to apply for 49 mobile phone plans online on a telco's website, and obtained 28 mobile phones worth 21,000 US dollars.
Starting next year, organizations cannot indiscriminately collect, use and disclose NRIC data. The move, it says, will better protect consumers as such data can be used to unlock large amounts of information.
From the 1st of September next year, by law, some organizations and places like retail shops and condominiums will not be allowed to collect, use or disclose NRIC numbers.
It's a good thing we are doing more to protect our NRIC information. But it got me thinking about the data I give out all the time.
Give us your name card and you get free milk tea, anyone? Free milk tea, anyone? Free milk tea?
Details that can be found on, well, my name
Free
card.
milk tea. Name cards are made to be given away to people when we meet for the first time at business meetings, networking conferences, or when we travel. And we don't often think about the information that we put on it. All you have to do is just drop in your name card and you get a free cup.
In fact, it's not uncommon to find restaurants and bars asking you to drop off your name card. So they can find out more about their customers, and you can score some deals or be updated about special events. Today, I'm going to see how many people are willing to give away their name cards just for milk tea.
All right, 40 minutes in and it seems like we're running out of milk tea to give away. And it shows that nobody is saying no to giving away their name cards just for bubble tea. What's also interesting is that we see the same person coming back 5 minutes later with someone else's name card just to get a bubble tea. Which makes you think, where is your name card going? Have you ever thought of like what I would do with the information on your card?
Actually, I'm fine with that. I mean, even you have my number, you have my email or what, there's a limit to what you can do with it.
So you feel totally safe giving out this information?
I'm an optimist, so maybe something good comes out of it.
I don't think I'm really concerned because in the end it's still my corporate name card. So I do give it out quite often as part of my job.
Well, what's on your name card?
My name, my company,
Email address, office number.
as well as my contact numbers.
Contact number, personal contact number.
Personal contact number. All right. So you're not concerned about that your personal contact number, ends up with me. I mean, I'm a stranger to you.
We saw that in the bowl there was quite a lot of name cards.
All right. So that kind of gave you a little bit more assurance.
Definitely.
You gave your card so easily. Why was that?
For the free milk tea.
Are you not concerned about what I can do with it?
Now that you ask me, yes.
Now I have your number and I might be like, maybe I can spam messages to you.
So, I think I could do some measurements to avoid that.
All right. In 1.5 hours, I collected 70 name cards. And they come from all sorts of places. People from banks, hospitals, government institutions, and Interpol. And they contain lots of information. Obviously the name, the company, email addresses, and sometimes their personal mobile phone numbers. Right? So giving away name cards seems like a very harmless thing to do.
Or so we think. I decide to email Horangi, a cybersecurity company. They help their clients get safer by finding their security loopholes and closing them. I want to know, what can I find out about a person just from their basic information? A few weeks later, they asked to meet.
Hi. I'm
Hi,
Joshua.
Josh, Cheng, nice to meet you.
Cheng, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Actually, yeah, I should know that you know who I am.
Yeah, plenty of things. So speaking of knowing who you are, how's that pair of white Wu shoes you have? The one with the golden frills on the side? It's a really nice pair of shoes, man.
How did you know? Okay, I guess, yeah, you found out.
Yeah, I found
My
out.
Wu shoes.
Yeah, that's not the only thing I found out, so...
Nowadays, there are more campaigns raising awareness about cyber security,
Are you cyber savvy?
like this booth by the Cyber Security Agency, which aims to educate the public about basic cyber hygiene.
One down, 4 to go. You should use the same password for all your accounts. Yeah, no. Different passwords for different accounts. Some emails are made to look like they come from people or companies you trust to trick you into opening them. This is known as phishing. Yep.
When it comes to protecting my information, I've always thought I was very cyber savvy. But I was soon about to realize how clueless I really was.
Hi.
Hi,
Joshua.
Josh, Cheng, nice to meet you.
Cheng, nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you.
A few weeks ago, I emailed cybersecurity company Horangi,
Knowing who you are, how's that pair of white Wu shoes you have? The one with
and
the
when I
golden
met up with their
frills on the
consultant,
sides?
I was in for a surprise.
So I'm going to show you what we got. You are Singaporean Catholic. I know where you live. You're a freelancer, an Android phone, MacBook Pro. You have a pair of shoes called Wushu. You are essentially a father. You have siblings.
Okay, and I can tell that you probably got this information from my social media accounts because this is information that's over there.
You are an avid fan of Pokemon Go. You've been to China. You've been to Indonesia. I also know where you went for your honeymoon.
You do?
Yes.
Which is?
Bali?
Right, yes, I did go to Bali right after my wedding, that's right.
And that was in, I believe, 2015.
Yes. And how long did you take to find out all this?
About 8 hours.
8 hours.
With coffee and cake, but yeah, 8 hours essentially.
Okay, I am shocked, or should I say spooked, because I wasn't even hacked. From just my name and email address, details on my name card, Horangi found my public social media accounts, which is where they got all their information. This is called open source intelligence, collecting publicly available information about someone on the open web.
Anyone can do this?
Not exactly. To conduct open source intelligence effectively, you need to have context, you need to have knowledge, skill, and tools.
I think for the MacBook Pro, it's quite obvious because I posted a picture of it when I bought it. But how did you know that I was using a OnePlus phone?
You actually posted a photo of it. Took a photo of yourself in the mirror.
Ah.
And that logo of the phone is on that.
That's
device.
right. But I'm just thinking about what harm can a picture of my cell phone do?
So knowing the make and model of a cell phone, somebody's cell phone, right? A hacker can essentially log into it by identifying what vulnerabilities it has and what exploits they can use. Once they get access to their phone, they can read your emails, they can read your text messages, they can access your contacts, they can get access to your camera, they can know the phone's location.
So given enough time, you would have been able to find out like where I stay exactly, my mobile number, even my NRIC number?
Given enough time, you can find out most about most things. I can find more information about maybe where that person lives based on what's in the photo. Maybe there's a tree outside, there's a building outside.
Is it true that only VIPs should be concerned about this?
You may not be a VIP, but you may know a VIP. And to gain access to that VIP, an attacker may choose to target you.
Firstly, I probably need to go back and relook at my privacy settings on every network that I'm on. Is this a case of me being too open with my privacy settings? How am I doing?
You're actually not too bad. So with regards to security, the idea is simple. Be aware of what you post. Photographs is one key thing. We can take a photograph of ourselves in a workplace or a public environment. We think it's very harmless, especially in the workplace. You may have documents strewn across your desk. You may have your colleague's computer in the background. Do you know what's on the computer? And that's what I'm exactly saying.
I have to admit, that meeting with Horangi made me feel a little bit nervous. But it's almost impossible not to reveal things like your email address and social media handle.
Today, 40% of the world are on social media. Unsurprisingly, the most popular users are celebrities like Cristiano Ronaldo and Selena Gomez, who use Instagram to promote themselves and connect with their fans. But this fame comes at a price.
Do you know who this is? You may be one of the 120 million followers on Instagram watching her daily updates. And that is what got her into a sticky situation.
In 2016, American personality Kim Kardashian was robbed at gunpoint in Paris. The robbers figured out that she was alone in a hotel with over $10 million worth of jewelry by stalking her on social media.
Since then, over 24 celebrity burglaries have happened in Los Angeles. And they're usually carried out by following the celebrities religiously on social media.
According to a 2017 report from We Are Social and Hootsuite on social media and digital trends around the world, 7 in 10 people in Singapore use social media actively, making us one of the top 3 social media users in the world. Radio DJ Joaquim Gomez is a great example of an active social media user. He has live updates of what he's doing on Instagram, tweets almost every day, multiple times, sharing pieces of his life to nearly 60,000 people who follow him on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
How did you know that I was using a OnePlus phone?
You actually posted a photo of it.
If you recall, Horangi got me all spooked out earlier when they found out a great deal about me
Logo of the phone is on that.
That's
device.
right, okay.
without even hacking into my devices.
So here's what's happening. He doesn't know it, but I'm doing a Horangi on Joaquim. I'm going to trawl through his social media and see if he's exposing more than he should. Oh look, a picture of your home and your room.
Since then, I've come to realize that there is a lot you can dig up about a person online, even without the help of a cybersecurity firm.
Yes, you just finished your run. Wanting privacy on social media is like wanting to walk in the rain without getting wet.
Today, the day of the big reveal.
Right.
Oh.
Hi, Joaquim. Let's just get straight into
Let's do it,
okay?
let's do it.
So here's a big board,
Whoa, okay.
but all of this was posted by you. Right?
Of
So
course,
this
yeah.
guy- Your name is Joaquim Gomez.
Yes.
But we also know your Chinese name.
Zhou Jing, yeah, okay.
22nd July 1988 is your birthday.
Correct.
You're Korean Indian. You're
Yes.
a Catholic.
Yeah.
You went to NAFA.
Uh-huh.
And basically you're like 6 years in MediaCorp at this moment. You are an Apple lover.
Definitely.
Obviously. Yeah.
Oh, wow, I'm just looking and studying everything you pulled out about
Yeah,
me.
we know that you are an OFO user. You have a Singtel broadband subscription, and you subscribe to Netflix as well.
Yes. I mean, okay, relatively
Yeah, that's fine, right? I mean,
safe.
anyway, you are such an avid runner as well. It really amazes me. You take 2-hour runs quite often, and with that also you post your routes. Yeah, like going from office,
Yeah, it's always
MediaCorp,
yeah.
back home. That's how we also kind of got an idea of where you live.
Okay.
Okay, and so let's just jump straight into it. Why don't you just come over here? We don't want to reveal anything to our viewers.
Yeah,
Just peel this off, or just take a peek and see whether are those addresses kind of like. There's 2 options over there, but
Option 1 is close. Option 1 is very close.
okay.
Just got to nail the accurate block number, but
Okay,
yes,
but-
not bad for option 1.
So the street's correct?
The street's correct,
And the
the
block
street's
range is correct?
The block range is correct.
Anyway, we've also kind of like
churned out what we think your home layout is.
Okay.
Okay, through pictures that you've posted.
Spot on with my room, spot on with the hall, spot on with the piano, main door, yes, correct, the oven, fridge, stove. You guys did your, well done! Whoever's your research team gives them a pay raise. Well done.
All right. What do you feel about all of this?
I'm actually comfortable with everything that I see here, except now how easy it is to actually get the layout of my house and how actually you almost got my address correct. So that one is a little scary. This is a cause of concern, and yeah, it's kind of raised an issue.
Think about that for a moment, hold that, and think about when you post that you're going to be away from home.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you do mention when you're away and when you come back, right?
Yeah.
And I know you're trying to tell your listeners, like, okay, I'm back on air when.
And this combined with
that's
a little scary now.
Like, what motivates you to post so much online in the first place?
Actually, I think it's a way of connecting with the people that listen to 987. I thought it was comfortable. I thought it was harmless info that I'm sharing about myself. But now I think after today, looking at all these things and how easy it was to actually deduce my house layout, I might just think twice about before I post something at home or post something around where I live.
Do you believe in such a thing as oversharing?
I do believe in oversharing. I mean,
do you think you have been doing it?
In terms of where I live, perhaps. But aside from that, the info that I shared, my running, my achievements with whatever I do in life, whenever I travel overseas, yeah, I'm actually okay.
All right.
I'm all right with that.
Even your running route, you're okay with that?
The route, I choose specific locations to end my run. I don't really end it at like where I live per se.
What motivated this tweet? What's the context?
Privacy on social media, I don't think it's existent.
So privacy on social media is an illusion?
For me, I feel it's an illusion. Even though like you might say, oh, you know, my Twitter account, my Snapchat, my Instagram is all private, you know, I'm not afraid. All it takes is that one friend who you offended or had a falling out with, or like even a partner, a screenshot, that's it, and you're in trouble.
Like Joachim said, wanting privacy on social media is like wanting to walk in the rain without getting wet. We need to exercise vigilance online. But what if criminals can steal my information without me knowing?
Can you see the script? So is this the document?
Oh my gosh! You can see what I open on my cloud storage.
Yes.
Being online is second nature to me.
Oh look, a picture of your home.
I never thought about how much I'm exposing until I cyberstalked Joachim Gomez.
So here's a big board.
Actually, you almost got my address correct. So that one is a little scary.
Whether you have a private or public social media account, each time you post something, you are giving away your privacy, allowing people to view, download, and share your thoughts, pictures, and videos. This reminds me of something you and I do very often: downloading applications.
These days, when you install an application on your phone or your laptop, when you fire it up the first time, it'll prompt you to read its privacy policy. I have more than 100 applications on my phone, and I've not read any of their privacy policies.
A privacy policy details how an app gathers and uses your information. Today, I printed one out.
Here's the privacy policy of an application that I use very often. And this is why I didn't read it. It's just so wordy. But today, I'm going to try to read it.
And I'm going to see how long it takes, and how much of it I understand.
Information about you from which you are identifiable, including but not limited to your name, nationality, address, telephone number, fax number, bank details.
The company may also use and process your data for other purposes, such as additional purposes,
to provide updates to our fleet partners for fleet management purposes. My eyes. And or make inquiries regarding your personal data by contacting, and they gave me some contact details over here. Alright, that took me 20 minutes to read the whole policy from start to end. Reading it was tedious, but that's not the most difficult part. I'm still a bit iffy about what certain things mean.
What exactly am I giving away when I click agree to these terms and conditions? Is it as bad as I think?
Security might be as robust, right?
Yes. Well, you will assume that the first company.
This is Lionel Tan, a lawyer who helps companies craft their privacy policies. He cannot reveal the companies he works for, but he's going to tell me what these words really mean.
Your personal data may be transferred, accessed, or disclosed to third parties for purposes and additional purposes. All right, I understand that. But these third parties include advertisers, event management companies, sponsors, marketing research companies. Okay, what is happening here?
They're saying that they would perhaps transfer your data to advertisers or event marketing companies. Ostensibly is to enhance the services that they can provide to you.
So it's supposed to help me?
It is supposed to help you. In a sense, they can offer other services that they think are complementary to the services that they are offering to you in the first place.
So, but what if I write into the company and they tell me, no, we will share your information with other third parties, otherwise we will deny you service?
If the purpose of sharing the data to the third party is necessary in order to provide the data to you, then they are entitled to say, look, if you don't provide your consent, they cannot provide the services to you. But if that sharing of the data to a third party is collateral and is unrelated with the original purposes, then they do not have a right to refuse. Then you have every right to complain in Singapore to the Personal Data Protection Commission.
I once saw a comment that if you're not paying, you're the product. I can see how that's true for some free applications. But what about free Wi-Fi? Admit it, isn't this something we always look out for when we go cafe hopping? I know I do.
Whenever I connect to free Wi-Fi, I'm often asked if it's a home, public, or work network. And I always choose public because I feel it's more secure. But actually, how safe is my information when I connect to a free wireless network?
I am meeting Checkpoint Security, an international company that develops technologies to guard organizations against cyber attacks. Their cybersecurity expert, Dan, says he's got something to show me.
So let's see what's available. Changi Airport?
Yeah, so we are.
Why is the Changi Airport Wi-Fi here?
So we are actually not in Changi. So this is a simulation that anyone can actually come up with any Wi-Fi name they want to, just for this demonstration.
If I were at Changi Airport right now, I might believe that this is a real Wi-Fi provided by the airport. But you've spoofed this network for now.
Yes.
After connecting to the fake Changi Airport Wi-Fi, Dan asks me to surf the web.
Okay. I'm just going to go to everyone's favorite search engine.
So I believe now you are accessing to a news about Stanley death.
Wait, okay, so you can see what I'm seeing on the phone?
Yes, I do. So why don't you try to type something on the browser itself?
Okay, I'm not going to tell you what I'm typing.
Hi there, can you read this?
Yes, that's exactly what I typed. Hi there, can you read this? And he can.
So I think many of the users actually like to use a solution like cloud storage. So I believe you are probably one of the users as well.
Yes, I do.
So maybe would you like to access to your cloud storage now?
Cloud storage?
Yep.
Okay, sure. Let me fire up the application. Okay, I'm going to open the script that my producer sent me. Can you see the script?
So is this the document?
Oh my gosh! You can see what I open on my cloud storage.
Yes, we don't just can see, we basically can access and actually save a copy of it.
So you can download my file into your computer right now?
Yes.
That's because I'm on your rogue Wi-Fi network?
Yes.
Is it possible that you can also like edit the document without me knowing?
Technically, it's possible because this is what is demonstrated as a man-in-the-middle attack.
Man-in-the-middle attack. Okay, what does that mean?
In a man-in-the-middle attack, a hacker sets up a rogue Wi-Fi network that is identical to the network offered by the location you are in. Once you mistakenly connect to it, the hacker is able to see every password you enter, email you send, and even access all your photos and documents, all without you knowing. Some messaging or cloud storage apps state that your contents are secured with end-to-end encryption, which means only you and the recipient can see what you sent. Or so we think.
How are you able to access that information if it's supposedly encrypted?
So what happened here is that in the middle, what I call the man-in-the-middle attack, the data is actually being decrypted and re-encrypted back again. So from your perspective, it's encrypted, but from the hacker perspective, it's actually on a clear.
So it doesn't even matter whether it's encrypted or not?
Correct. So this is also the same for instant messaging.
To get free Wi-Fi, we are sometimes asked to download an application first. But that could be an even more dangerous move.
So with the app itself, the hacker could actually trigger a lot of stuff. So now, all right, I just triggered basically a capture of the information on your mobile device. These are the contacts of your mobile device that is sent across to me without your knowledge.
Oh my gosh.
All right?
Contacts, so like people in my phone book?
Yes. And I can also see the calendar event of your mobile device.
My calendar? Okay.
So here is actually a GPS location of the mobile device at this point in time.
Oh man, you can find exactly where I am right now.
So it's not just the GPS that we can actually track you, all right? We can also track you based on, let me show you this. Okay, I'm going to download this file that is actually just sent across to us.
I sent a file?
Yeah, without you knowing. The normal consumer will just answer yes. So there are many occasions whereby a user would unknowingly install a profile or install an app into the mobile device.
This is your voice, right? You were just saying this.
Correct. So this is what we have just conversed about 30 seconds earlier. So while you were just holding your phone, yeah, we can actually trigger a remote recording without you knowing. So this could also extend to the camera and any other features of the mobile device.
So basically you have control over my phone?
Correct.
But how do I turn off my microphone? Turn off my camera? I might as well just turn off the whole phone and then that's it, right?
Yeah, the best way is not to use a mobile device.
Okay, that's it. No more mobile devices for me. This is really quite amazing, but very scary also. Okay, what's the worst thing that can happen to me if I get hacked like that?
With the information actually stolen here, anyone could easily impersonate you or know who you are dealing with, or maybe some information of your friends or your loved ones as well.
So when I connect to a public Wi-Fi, the computer asks me whether it is a home network or a public network. So isn't it safe enough if I just clicked on public network?
What we demonstrated earlier, whether you click on a home Wi-Fi or public Wi-Fi, it actually can be, the information can be accessed by a hacker.
Why would a hacker be so interested in knowing my data?
Personal data is actually very valuable, so I'm going to show you in another room.
That's the room housing Checkpoint's cyber experts monitoring the dark web. The dark web is where stolen data can be sold in online black markets.
Joshua, just now you're asking how much your data is worth, right? 50 millions of email account is worth roughly about $150 US.
Oh, so for 50 million email accounts,
Yeah.
$150 US. That doesn't sound like a lot.
Yeah, that doesn't sound. So things like ID or driving license or even identity card itself costs about $9 for 3,000 records.
And you talk about all USD, right?
Yes.
So no wonder the hackers need so many people's accounts, because you need so much just to have that amount of money.
Let's say earlier you have actually surfed the web to buy some tickets, and you could even input some of your passport details. This kind of information, credit card coupled with the passport details, is about $30 USD.
And that's for one account?
That's for one record.
Wow, $30 for one credit card and passport account. Okay.
It doesn't sound like much, but in most data breaches, millions of profiles are hacked, which leads to a sizable profit.
The lure of free Wi-Fi is irresistible. But I think from now on, whenever I'm on a public network, I'm going to refrain from things like internet banking, accessing important documents, or keying in my passwords, because you never know who's watching.
It's dawning on me that in this cyber age, our phones could be the spy in our pockets. And we have to watch where we are going, because it is really not difficult to literally walk into a trap and end up in the deep end.
There are times when we are tricked into divulging important information. Ever heard of this term, phishing?
The idea is exactly like phishing, except that the bait is an email. And it is passwords and financial data that the internet scammers are trying to fish for from a pool of online users.
The most classic example of phishing I can remember is an email from someone who claims that a Nigerian prince has a large inheritance for you. And the only way you can get that large sum of money is by revealing your bank details. Sounds familiar? This sort of emails are so notorious that many of us now know better than to reply them.
But what if I told you that Nigerian prince scams still exist? They just look different and are even more convincing today. Your information is valuable, and more criminals have found ways to steal it without you knowing. In 2016, there were 257 email impersonation scams. In 2017, that number jumped by 30%. Those scams cost victims a total of $31 million, the biggest haul in the last 3 years. The largest amount swindled in one case? $4 million. And if you think it's just old folks being scammed, it's not. Most victims were businesses. Ding Yao is a Singapore Management University student and the president of the White Hat Society, a club of ethical hackers who advocate for increased cybersecurity in school. I've asked him to show me why we are none the wiser.
Do you have an example of phishing?
Yes, actually I will send it to you right now.
Okay, I have received an email and it says that someone is sharing the following document with me, and the document says it's Joshua Lim's scandals. Like, what? Normally I will be quite suspicious and I will not open this, but just for the sake of this exercise, I'm going to open this document. And also, for the sake of safety and making sure that nobody copycats this, we will not be filming any of the website.
This document can only be viewed on a site that I have an account for. Before I can open the file, I'm prompted to sign in to my account. And the sign-in page looks just like the original.
The address really looks like the real thing, but what really catches my attention is that there is it says HTTPS, which means it's supposed to be a secure URL. And there's even a green lock that is supposed to tell me that it is a secure site, it is safe. Do you want me to enter my details?
Yeah, sure.
What? Okay, I was halfway typing my username and then This popped up. You have been phished. How do you make someone believe that that was a legitimate site?
I took less than half an hour actually to set up the phishing page and customize it so that it appeals to you, that it contains your name, to make it more relatable to you. And I used the remaining half an hour to buy a domain name, which cost me slightly more than $10.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've spent an additional $1.99 to buy the certificate that gives you the green padlock you are saying.
So just to buy the green padlock to assure that I'm safe, it costs only $1.99.
Exactly.
Wow, security can be bought, huh? How do we protect ourselves from phishing?
Before even clicking on the link, you should move your cursor over the link and check that the URL or the web address that you are seeing comes from a legitimate source.
But hang on, because not everyone may know what is the legitimate web address of the company.
Correct. So whenever in doubt, always check either through a Google search or just contacting the company if you are really unsure and if the information being asked of you is of great sensitivity.
And what else can I look out for?
So you might want to try to explore clicking on like forget my password, or even clicking on the logo itself. You might find that in the case of a phishing website, many of these features wouldn't work.
Okay.
So, but these are not determinative of whether it's a phishing site or not. They are mere indicators.
But it isn't just organizations that hackers are impersonating. They are also impersonating individuals.
Hi Joshua. Hi, Terence.
Meet Terence. He only has one Facebook account, but his face has been used in over 20 Facebook and Instagram profiles in the past 3 years.
Your photo, that's you.
That's my photo, but that's not me.
But this guy has created a profile in Fan Chung.
Here's another one.
Terence.
So it's got my name, Terence,
Jiang.
but it's not my surname.
Not your surname,
but
okay.
again, it's my photograph. And that's me again. There's a lot of fake accounts like this, which used my photos, but they've created under different names. And what I realized is that they've been using it to befriend people on the internet. And some of these accounts have been live for at least 6 months, having relationships with people. And to the point where they got scammed.
Scammed?
That's right. One was scammed like US $23,000. Another victim wrote to me and said that she actually hurt herself because obviously that relationship with that scam or fake account had gone sour.
Have you been hurt by these scammers in any way?
I've not been hurt physically or by any of these scams, but I think it poses a reputational risk because as a CEO of Emergenetics Asia Pacific, I travel, and some of these places include China and Taiwan, where the victims are from. So, I always had this joke with my friends that, one day I walk on the street and then someone comes up to me, you have scammed my money. I say, hang on a minute, like, I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
So then how did you prove to Facebook that your account is real and not the others?
Oh my God, you brought up a really painful point. So right now it's a lot easier for me to make a report on Facebook to say that I've spotted a fake account, and they do shut that fake account very promptly. I remember in the earlier days, there was a point in time where Facebook actually shut down my account.
Your account?
So I had to prove to Facebook that I'm the true owner of my own account. So I had to take a photo of myself with my identity, showing, like a photo ID, to show that everything matches. So the entire process was really painful and it was very frustrating.
Even Facebook is struggling to deal with fake or duplicate profiles. In the whole of 2018, they disabled over 2 billion fake Facebook accounts.
Has all of this influenced or changed the way you use social media?
All the more I need to be on social media, because if I'm not on social media, then there is no real Terence Quack out there to verify that he's there.
That's right.
So if I'm not there, then anybody could really step into that social media void and take over that Terence Quack even.
There needs to be a real you so that no one else steals your identity.
That's right.
Terrence's originally public Facebook profile is now private. So are all his photos, except for this album, to warn others about accounts impersonating him.
So far, I've discovered that criminals pretend to be organizations or individuals to scam people. Being fake in real life tends to have negative connotations. But when it comes to protecting yourself online, pretending might not be such a bad idea. In this book, Fake It, Your Guide to Digital Self-Defense, Danish author and journalist Pernille Tranberg suggests using your real profile only for official purposes and switching to pseudo-identities when making accounts for sites and services that you don't want mining your real data. That means using a fake name, email address, birth date, and even putting on a disguise to avoid facial recognition. Wow, nice outfit. Thanks.
While this might conflict with the terms of service of social media sites like Facebook, which states that you should use your real name,
Wearing black leather? Mind your own business. It's gonna cost you in future.
Pernille advises readers to disregard that, as your privacy is more important.
It's not just your privacy you're protecting. When your fake account is hacked in a data breach, you can rest easy knowing that the real you is safe. Because there are crucial parts of yourself that you just cannot afford to lose. That's why it matters.